Good morning, everybody. Stu Smith here, going live. I know it is not normal on a Wednesday morning to be going live. Normally, I do these on Monday and Tuesday, but as the title says, I am bumping my schedule to the right. Life got in the way yesterday, and I just couldn't find 45 minutes in my morning to get this normally scheduled 9:30ish live Q&A show done on a Tuesday. So we're bumping it to the right and writing little articles that may give you some options whenever life gets in the way and things do happen. And sometimes, you just got to relax, let things fall apart if they fall apart. We all have tight schedules. I mean, that is one thing that we do, even though we say we try to get a lot of things done. Sometimes things just get not done or not done well or bumped to the right. So anyway, here's some ideas for you because life is unpredictable, and even if you have the most perfectly planned schedule, it can be upended easily with unexpected events, last minute changes, or just simply needing a break. Sometimes mental health is just as important as getting things done. So here's your options. One, skipping it altogether. Say, screw it. I'm not going. I can't go. I'm not letting anybody down by not doing this thing. I'm not tied into do it. I just need to do it because I just can't. Just don't have enough bandwidth in my day to get this done. And sometimes it's the best choice because it's if it's not critical and if you're feeling a little burned out, skip it. Come back again another day and get it done. What I like to do and what I'm showing you what I'm doing today is just bump it to the right. And this can be anything, especially a workout. So if you have a 5 workout week, for instance, 5 days in a week you're going to work out. That means 2 days are automatically days that you can put in the middle of your workout week, make it a rest day, make it a bump to the right day, whatever. If you miss that Tuesday morning workout, do it on Wednesday. It's going to extend your 5th day into Saturday, but that's okay. You're getting 5 workouts done in the week, 2 rest days or 2 off days. Doesn't matter if they're Saturday or Sunday. Sometimes you just put them in the middle of the week. In fact, a lot of people like to really crush Saturday and Sunday workouts because they have more time. So sometimes planning an off day in the middle of a busier week actually makes a lot of sense. And I can't tell you how many people I coach that are just busy people online. And we plan that. We plan that middle of the week rest day, but the last 2 days of the week or the first 2 days of the week are a little bit harder and they start them on Saturday and Sunday. So bumping it to the right doesn't mean you're skipping it, just means you got an extra day and 7 to get it done. Do it later in the day. That's another one. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you get something done later in the day whenever your time permits. Maybe you only have 30 minutes instead of an hour to get something done, but you get it done anyway. That's a classic answer to not feeling like you skipped it. And then another one I like to do is I have this floating mobility day in my training. So if I feel like I need a day to do mobility work, which is just non-impact cardio, stretching, foam rolling, I'll plug that thing right into Wednesday. Now, if I don't feel like I need it Wednesday, I'll put it on Thursday. Usually I need it by then, and it's just something I like to do is have this floating mobility day. So it's not like I'm skipping my Wednesday workout. I'm just rearranging 2 of them. I'm going to do Wednesday's workout on Thursday. I'm going to do this mobility day on Wednesday. So there you go. Replace it with an easier option. I love the floating mobility day option. It takes a lot of stress off the week as well. So anyway, that's my bump it to the right strategy, as well as some other ways you can set up your week so you don't feel guilty of missing a workout or missing something that you had scheduled. There's nothing wrong with bumping it to the right, finding another time in your week for it, or just skipping it altogether. Sometimes you saying no is probably the best answer, to be honest with you. And you just need a break. So there you go. That's my 2 cents on this makeup day. And I guess what we did is just kind of concluded um, or created a show around busy schedules and how do you make it up. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm making it up. So if you guys have questions with anything, I'm happy to take them. I might have a few videos to show of people who submitted um, some videos here. Let me see. Don't look like I have any questions over here. I thought I saw one popping up. Holden says, thanks for helping me with my tendonitis. Remind me what I did. Did I help you? Coach Smith, just wanted to thank you for what you're doing. You're amazing. Oh, well, thank you. Your crew is super lucky to have you. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Stu, been adding the Norwegian 4x4 into your programs. 4 minutes hard, 3 minutes easy, 4 times. Been a nice addition to improve VO2 max. You know what? We have been doing that too. Um, done the Norwegian a couple of times. We've also done another one that is set up. It's a 10-minute workout you add to a track workout. In fact, we're doing it tomorrow. And it's 30 seconds sprint hard. Go really hard. I mean, you don't want the wheels to fall off, so don't pull a hammy. You want to be warmed up. Usually we'll do a little squat, toe touch, pyramid, jog over to the track. Takes about 10 minutes to do that, 15 with the stops and the stretches. And then we'll run bleachers for about 10 minutes. And then we'll come in and do some 400s at goal pace. So we're not sprinting, we're just pacing our mile pace. And then we'll do a sprint workout, which just takes 10 minutes. We either do 10 minutes of 100 hundreds. So this workout, you go 100 hard, turn around, jog 100 back, and you got to every minute on the minute, you got to go again. So typically you get like 50 seconds to do that 100, and then you got 10-second break, go again. 10 minutes, all it takes. Or we do another one, which we just started adding because I read that it had some VO2 max increasing capabilities to it, as well as human growth hormone was increased in this workout too. And it's 30 seconds hard sprint. So usually we're getting 200 with that, maybe a little over. And then you walk for a minute 30. So you might get another 200 in that minute 30. And you do it 5 times. So that takes 10 minutes to do it. And that's another good one. We've been feeling that one. So we're going to see all throughout the fall. We're going to do that once a week, or we'll do the Norwegian once a week as well. But yeah, 4 hard, 3 easy, 4 times. That'd be a good one for our hill run back. Because sometimes we don't have distance. So just say 4 minutes hard, 3 minutes easy. Do that all the way back, which is like 2.5 miles. I think we could do that, man. I think that's perfect. We do something similar to that with 800s, which take a little bit less than 4 minutes, but yeah, good. I hope it works for you. Let me know how it works, Jeremy, with your 4-mile timed runs, mile and a half, all that. Is there any one workout split you find effective? Ideally, weightlifting, 5 days per week. How would you split up muscle groups and integrate with swimming and running? Well, what we do is we usually do upper body, lower body splits. Every now and then, we'll throw in a full body day and then do an upper body, lower body split later in the week. But every day we are running and swimming, 5, 6 days a week. I mean, there'll be a mobility day in there, like I mentioned, where we won't run. We'll just do non impact cardio, stretch, foam roll. But we're in the pool doing all the pool skills. So drown proofing, treading, over unders, knot tying, all that stuff. So it's a technique swim day. So that's how we split it up. In fact, you can find it right here. You'll see countless ways to split it up. Now, if you're lifting, this isn't a lift workout. There's some lifting in it, but this is mostly calisthenics and cardio. If you're looking for a lifting workout, then I would go with something like this, which is what we're doing right now with some added changes. The fall transition, where we're mixing calisthenics, cardio, and weights. And that's how we split it up right there. Tons of ways to do it. You can go full bodies. You can go push pull legs. Those are classic splits. And sometimes we'll play around with weeks like that. Just see how people like the change. Joe asks, what's my diet like now? Well, I had some boiled eggs this morning. Had a piece of fruit before I went to go work out. Let's see, boiled eggs, some toast. That was for breakfast. For lunch, I'll have probably a salad with some salmon or steak on it, or chicken. And then evening meal will probably be a bigger portion of salmon or steak with a bunch of veggies. That's it. And I try to stay away from snacking. That's the hardest part, the snacking. How much pool work would you do when going to a selection like SFAS, which has more emphasis on rucking? Very little. I mean, maybe once a week. But if you need it as a non-impact cardio option, then multiple times a week. Just depends. Depends on you. I have all my Army guys on land. I'll invite them to the pool, but usually when we're swimming with fins, they're rucking. And we do this on leg days. Would a split like push pull legs upper lower work? I want to put on muscle and size. Yeah, it'll work. I mean, I would probably take a day in between the push pull leg and do like a mobility day work instead of doing 5 in a row. That's what we do. If we're doing a push pull leg, we'll throw a mobility day on day 4 and then do upper lower on 5 and 6. Or a cardio day in between on that mobility day if you wanted to. Let's see what else we got. When swimming with fins, is there a specific number of kicks between breaths you recommend, or whatever is comfortable for your distance? Good question. I don't like the whatever is comfortable for your distance type of thing, because there is a rhythm I like to do. And in fact, I'll show you. Check this out. I'm going to share my screen. But first, I'm going to pull up my Instagram because I just posted this the other day and I'm not sure I have it on my computer. So check this out. So over on my Instagram, which is there we go. This is just a quick 10-second video that shows you exactly what you need to do. Can you guys see this? Okay, good. So quick 10-second video. That's just a rehash of the same thing. If you notice what he's doing, kick, 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 pull and breathe. Kick, 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 pull and breathe. So that top arm pulls and he breathes with the bottom arm. Kick, 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 pull and breathe. That's it. Just watch this video over and over, and I promise you, you'll get in a rhythm. And this right here is just a little bit faster than a yard per second pace, probably at that 8-minute mark, maybe 8:10 for a 500. So this is going to put him at like a 16 something, low 16s, 1,000, 32, 33-minute, 2,000, and a 66, 67-minute, 4,000. That's where you want to be with your CSS with fins. You want to be right around that yard per second pace. Because if you can do 2,000 and like 32, 33, that means your 4,000, which every week you're going to do a 2-mile ocean swim. And you want that thing to be in the 70s, at least. If you can get in the 60s, you're top 10% of your buds class. But you have 85 minutes first phase to fail it. And that usually comes with a lot of zigzagging and not really used to finning. And if you notice, this is a perfect kick. He's not bending his legs. It doesn't look like he's like riding a bicycle. I mean, he's slight bend of the knee is okay, but you don't want to look like you're riding a bicycle. He's actually using both sides of the fin to propel himself. That is a good swim with fins. So does that answer your question? It should. So that's what I do. Kick, 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 pull and breathe. Kick, 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 pull and breathe. Steel J says, currently doing the fall transition plan, but want a bigger bench and squat. Should I supplement those in or continue the program? Well, tell me this. Why do you want a bigger bench and squat? Are you actually planning to do a spec op selection, or you're just doing this workout and want a bigger bench and squat? That's a different answer. Because my answer is if you're doing this, it's not really meant for a bigger bench and squat yet. The next phase is meant for a bigger bench and squat. You will put on some strength with that next phase. You can add it. You can go heavier. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, I might say, body weight bench press for max reps in this. Go heavier and, go do 5x5s. Yeah, that's one way to do it. What's his website? Somebody asks. You can find my website at stewsmithfitness.com. Let's see. Shadow says, what time should I aim for a 4-mile timed run? You should be 7-minute mile or less. Phase 1, get you 2 buds. Phase 2, 3, get you through it. It'll set you up on a 4-mile timed run program that will be, the goal is 27, 28 minutes. That's not going to be the fastest people in the class. Usually they're people that are hitting 25, 26s, but you have till 32 to fail it. I don't want you flirting with the 32s at all. So we try to get easy day, not a gut check, 28-minute 4 miles. If you want to push it a little bit, you might be able to get 27. When swimming with fins, let's see. Shadow asks, for the CSS stroke, what's the best way to start doing the stroke after pushing off? Good question. I have an article for you that's called, anybody want to name it for them? It is called To Pull Out or Not. Read this article. And that's also my website too, so you can see all the programs I got over there. If you read this article right here, in fact, I'll put it out over here as well. It is called The CSS Debate. To pull out or not. Actually, to pull out or not, the CSS debate. So add the breaststroke pull out or take it out and just start the stroke. It's going to show you what the breaststroke pull out is. It's going to show you taking it out, pulling it out or not. In fact, let's see what this video shows. In fact, I will share my screen and show you guys. Where am I? Didn't pop up. There we go. You guys see this? For some reason my video is not playing. It's not letting me go to it. Well, that sucks. All right, so let's go here to pull out or not video. Look at that, Stu Smith. Here's my YouTube short with this one.
Hey everybody, Stu Smith, another CSS critique, and here's a good kick off the wall without
Stroke.
the breaststroke pullout.
That's
and
how
I
a
think
lot
this
of
is going to be better for
non-swimmers
him.
have
To
been
be honest
doing
with
it
you, his
lately.
breaststroke pullout wasn't helping him,
Okay,
making
it
him
just
winded
works.
and making him lose
So
momentum.
top arm,
But
bottom
now,
arm,
take
kick and
Stu
glide.
Smith,
We'll
another
start this off
CSS
again.
critique.
See that
Stu Smith,
kickoff?
another
That's a
CSS
perfect
critique.
kickoff.
Stu Smith, another
See that
CSS
streamline?
critique.
That's
Stu
what you want to
Smith,
look
another
like. That is
CSS
a
critique. Stu Smith,
torpedo,
another CSS
not a
critique.
plow.
And Stu Smith,
If you're
another
looking like
CSS
this when you
critique.
kick off
And here's
the
a
wall,
good kick off
you're
the
a
wall
plow.
without the
There
breaststroke
won't be a
pullout,
plow.
and I think this
Top
is going to
arm,
be
bottom
better
arm,
for him.
kick. Now let's
You don't have to
see
worry about
if
it
he
anymore. You
adds,
get an extra
he adds
breath
it
per
on this back
stroke,
end.
and you're faster.
No, he doesn't.
Top
Okay.
arm. Let's see. I mean, this is a sub 8 minute 9.
I think
Man,
I just
keep
in
it
this
up.
video I just talk about
I was a cop.
CSS.
Hey everybody, Stu Smith, another CSS.
With the pullout or not. The other one is to do the pullout. I personally, if you're asking this question, you're probably a non-swimming athlete, and my advice would be just don't even bother with the pullout. I like doing the pullout because it will help you in the future with double arm pulls for underwater swimming, but it comes with a cost. Every time you do that, you're doing a stroke without a breath. So if you kick off that wall, start your first stroke with a breath, you get 20 extra breaths in a 500-yard swim for the same number of strokes in a 25-yard pool. So if you don't do that, and you do a pull out, you're skipping a breath, coming up for your first breath, and sometimes it gets hard to do if you're not a swimming athlete and you're not built to that kind of conditioning to handle that really hypoxic feeling of kicking off the wall, double arm pulling. In fact, there's an article I wrote called Dude, You're Not in Swimming Shape. And I usually send this one to someone who might be a great runner or have great cardio conditioning, but they get in the pool and they wonder why they're winded after 25, 30 yards. It's just because they're not in swimming shape and they're doing too much work. So read that article. That's another one to read. It's got a lot of typical issues that people have when they're new to swimming. Like they start off with doing the pull out, and then 100 yards in, they got to skip the pull out. Best thing to do, just skip the pull out. It's not making you faster. Might save a stroke per length sometimes. So yeah, that's what we do. We just go right into the stroke now. Unless you're a swimming athlete who's done pullouts as part of their training, I wouldn't worry about it. Are those books in a link? Yeah, they're all over. I saw that clip on Instagram, heard you calling out the kicks. Was wondering if that's when you would be at, or if he was doing it too often. No, that's how we do it. That's where you want to be. I would have said, don't do this if you're doing it. Now, maybe a couple weeks ago, there was a guy that was like kick, kick, breathe, kick, kick, breathe, kick, kick, breathe. Is way too much. So you want to go kick, 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 pull and breathe, kick, 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 pull and breathe. There you go. Thank you, Zeno, for sharing some knowledge. Put it in the Google machine, as I like to say. Is there going to be an After Buds program? I mean, I don't have it titled that, but anything that you see that is seasonal tactical fitness periodization, pretty much could be used as an after buds program. You just probably don't need all the cardio in it. But no, I don't have an after buds program. Here's the reason why is once you're in the teams, you will have trainers and coaches and physical therapists handling all of that for you. You don't need me to do that. You know, if you're a new guy or you're a civilian trying to go into these programs, you may not have experience with training for these type of programs because I promise you, high school athletics is not going to prepare you for buds. Um, it will build some strengths, but there's always a corresponding weakness with it. Just the way it works. In buds, do you run that 4 miles in boots? Yeah. Come on, Shadow. You new to this game? If you are, I understand that question. But any video that you ever see, they're running in boots. When treading, you mentioned the egg beater method. I find it puts a good amount of strain on my knees. Am I doing it wrong or just have to loosen up? It's a mobility issue. I will tell you this, if you're doing breaststroke kick or egg beater kick, you're going to feel tightness on your inner thigh and inside of your knee. That's just the way it goes. So work on your mobility. Like that article I wrote says, your treading might be a mobility issue. Read that and it's going to show you some stretches to fix. When you were in buds, did you use egg beater or frog kick? I didn't use either. I used scissor kick. Would you say one is better than the other? I didn't know what the egg beater was when I started. I just scissor kick left, scissor kick right, scissor kick left, scissor kick right. That's how I finished. I didn't learn egg beater till I was probably 3 years in the teams when one of my buddies who was a water polo player was doing it while we were playing some game in the water. I think it was underwater rugby. I'm like, man, how do you do that? Show me how to do that. So that's when I learned it. Does adding the breaststroke help with time? If you know how to do breaststroke well, it does. Most non-swimming athletes do not learn the breaststroke well or fast enough. That's why we do the CSS. I don't even teach breaststroke. For rucking, what weight should I add? You need to build up to 50 pounds, but as with anything, progress up to that weight. Can someone at age 41 get into this kind of shape? Is it realistic? I'm not sure what kind of shape you're talking about. Did I miss a question here or something? Like spec ops shape? Yeah. Let's see. Looks like some people are re-asking questions. Currently deployed, so lots of free time. Yeah, man. If you got free time, add some bench. Go heavy. I mean, when we're on deployment, we used to change the acronym for SEAL, and it was sleep, eat, and lift. So get on it, enjoy it. Let's see. When you talk about these timed runs, what type of elevation gains are you talking about, or is it soft sand? It's sea level and it's soft sand. That's all you do. Do you integrate calisthenics with weightlifting in the same workout? Yes, we do. But we do this. We will warm up with calisthenics to maintain our calisthenics, then lift heavy, then go and do some cool down cardio. So that's how we maintain the calisthenics and cardio during lift cycles. It's a great way to do it. Let's see. Yep. All right. I got to make this a little shorter. Remember me bumping it to the right. Sometimes it's not going to be as long as I had wanted to, trying to squeeze it into today. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to go. If you're young, looking to train for buds, which top books would you recommend of yours since there's so much overwhelming info out there? I would go with this. Training for buds, you got 2 phases. You got to get 2 buds by passing the PST. This is focusing on the PST, but it also adds swimming with fins, it adds pool skills, it starts building you up on 4-mile timed runs, things like that. And then there's this. This is, look at the subtitle, get through selection, prep for specific events that you will see again, I promise you. Everything from carrying weight on your shoulders, on your chest, bear crawling, fireman carrying, 4-mile timed runs, 2-mile swims with fins, treading water, all of that stuff is in a program in there. All right, so here's the deal, guys. I got to go. I got another podcast I got to do at 10. So I got to cut this short. I see some questions here I did not ask, and I'm terribly sorry. If you would just email me, stu@stewsmith.com. Right here, you can see it pass by right under me, stu@stewsmith.com. Just email me. Happy to answer these questions that I missed. And I do apologize. So stu@stewsmith.com, just cut and paste these questions, send them to me, and I will answer them. All right. You guys have a good one. Check out stewsmithfitness.com for things I've been showing and tons of articles over there as well. I will see you next week. You guys have a good one.